Bogart scot-free in every sense of the word. I keep my hands clean, sanitized. I've been analyzing streets, found a way. Now I try to find his feet. Moutier, the lifestyle blinding me. Gotta be an angle here. It's all geometry. It was all a dream. Like the late great Notorious, the road less traveled, the road less glorious.
The abyss of these bubblegate bitches. Still I rise in the midst of demons, blocking views and pictures. On the slide of future menus, looks bright on the new venues. Pressed it on wax, watch the saga continue. Lessons to facts, it's all something we've been through. But when pain's no longer holding pain, that's just something I don't do. Ventilation's a healthy process to a regimen focused with lit views. Don't fall for traps, don't be confused, don't let them get you.
Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. I'm JC Money. This is my man, Coach Craig. Let me adjust this real quick. We look all up in your face. But, yeah, this is your first time here. This is the JC Money and Coach Craig Sports Show. We're here to talk a little SuperDraft Pro, mostly SuperDraft. Main slate basketball tonight. If you're playing in SuperDraft Pro, it's the golf slate that's going right now. But, yeah. Hockey last night, I just missed. I had having Forsberg in there as the champion was the wrong thing. I had the right lineup. Just if I would have had Robertson in there, I would have been up there doing pretty well. Yeah. I was in 10th place almost the whole time until the end whenever the goalies' points went up.
Mm-hmm. My hockey sucked.
And David was telling me David was in 4th place, like 3rd place almost the whole time. He's like, what happened? He's like, right at the end, I went to look at my lineup and I just like hit refresh, and all of a sudden I went from 3rd to 40th. I was like, damn,
something happened.
No, it's the goalies. As soon as whatever goalie wins, they get points at the end. So that's how it goes.
Oh yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
So he got passed up by all the goalie lineups then apparently.
Yeah.
Or the
RJ Barrett ruled out. Well, it's because everybody had. I mean, that the pro picks had that.
It must have been that Ottinger or whatever.
Yep. What's up, David? Just telling your little story. David said he won $30 in basketball last night, so let's go.
That's good. Yeah, RJ Barrett's not playing, but he was doubtful like all day, so we didn't expect him to play.
Let's get into it right away. Let's just get into it right away.
Yep.
Because I was running a little late today because it was freaking snowing, big-ass snowflakes. Crazy. Couldn't even see the roads. And the wind is just blowing like a motherfucker. Oh, snow drifts. Gotta love them. Okay, let's share this screen. Boom. I don't know why it does this now. Come on. Okay, what is going on? I had it all up and ready to go, and now it's acting all goofy.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Bam.
Yeah. So yesterday was kind of interesting. I mainly just pulled guys from the first set of games, though. So LaMelo Ball, Pascal Siakam, Nikolai Vucevic, they're all over 60 points last night. So they all look really good if you played them. The duds, though, we had Karis LeVert, who obviously was coming off the bench, so there were some concerns there. 18.75, ended up with 24.38. Afterwards, DeJounte Murray, just a down game for him. He had 35 points before the multiplier, 36.75 after the multiplier. And your boy, Fred VanVleet, 36. He had the 1.1 multiplier, so he got to 39.6. He's not playing tonight, so maybe that injury affected him last night too. Hard to tell. He still played decent minutes, though. So in terms of the dart throws that we had, though, Devin Vassell was one for the Spurs. He had 33.25 before the multiplier, 58.19 after the multiplier. Povashevsky, who I was talking about quite a bit.
Yep. Good call. Good call.
So after the multiplier, he was the top point scorer on the slate. I do believe. Hassan Whiteside might have passed him up, though. Hassan Whiteside either got 86 or 89 points. I don't know off the top of my head, because he had a crazy. Hassan Whiteside had like 9 steals and blocks in that game. So that was like the only guy that would have beat Povashevsky last night. Then Kenrich Williams and Tail Maladon. So it was pretty much Oklahoma City bench that looked really good in terms of dart throws. I mentioned Williams, but he was a guy that he kind of been back and forth. Like some games he played like 17 minutes, and some games he played like 30 minutes. So played more minutes yesterday, got to 62.9 after the multiplier. Tail Maladon get 63 after the multiplier. So if you just started the backup Oklahoma City guys, you would have been sitting pretty well.
You can talk about injuries if you want to talk about injuries.
Yeah, so obviously today was the NBA trade deadline, so there's a lot of stuff with that too. But
yeah, big, lots of trades.
Yeah. So for the Grizzlies,
Harden's gonna be playing with Embiid now.
Yeah,
that's gonna be dope.
It is a very interesting day for NBA trades. I'm probably gonna end up making a video about that maybe tomorrow.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
But for the Grizzlies, Dylan Brooks is still out. Killian Tilly's out. Xavier Tillman's out now as well. I mean, Brandon Clark might get a couple extra minutes, but not too much that we're chasing there. I think for the Grizzlies, mainly tonight, we're looking at John Morant. We're looking at Jaren Jackson. Those two guys have played pretty well lately. So those are the main ones there. For the Detroit Pistons, Cade Cunningham's out once again. Livers, Pickett are both out. They just trade for Marvin Bagley today, so he's not able to play. In terms of the Pistons, you're looking at like Hamidou Diallo, Sadiq Bey, maybe, if you want to play somebody from the Pistons. Otherwise, it's not too interesting. Jeremy Grant's multiplier is still too high. You look Isaiah Stewart. He's been playing better, but if he stays out of foul trouble, he could be all right tonight, especially with as weak as the center position is tonight. For the Miami Heat, they are without Markieff Morris and Victor Oladipo. Caleb Martin is doubtful to play, and then Tyler Hero is questionable at this point in time. So, the Heat, you pretty much know what you're looking at. You're looking at Jimmy Butler. You're looking at Bam Adebayo. Maybe somebody else off the bench does something if Tyler Hero doesn't play, but that's kind of where you're taking a gamble if you want to go there. I don't think you have to go there today. Pelicans are without Willie Herman Gomez. Larry Nance, who they just traded for, is out. He had surgery on his knee, so he's going to be out for a little while. Zion's still obviously not playing, but CJ McCollum is making his debut tonight for the Pelicans. So we'll see how that affects things, especially for guys like Brandon Ingram, Jonas Valanciunas, Devontae Graham. We'll see what that starting lineup looks like for them as well. It'll be really interesting to see how they use McCollum this year and going forward, whether they want him to continue playing the 2 guard or the point guard. So let's see. For the Brooklyn Nets, LaMarcus Aldridge, Nick Claxton, Kevin Durant, Joe Harris are all out. And then obviously they had the trade today where they got Seth Curry, Andre Drummond, and Ben Simmons. Obviously those guys are not playing tonight as well. So you got Kyrie Irving at 1.2 multiplier still. He failed the one time, but then last time he had over 60 points. So he's going to look pretty good once again tonight. They're playing a terrible Washington team that just traded away even more assets. So they're even worse than they already were. But for the Wizards, they're without Daniel Gafford. Was the main one, and then they acquired Vernon Carey, Kristaps Porzingis, and Ish Smith, who are all going to be out tonight as well, obviously. Then, so they went from having 3 centers and Thomas Bryant, Daniel Gafford, and Montrezl Harrell, and now they just essentially have Thomas Bryant tonight. You could see Rui Hachimura playing some backup center as well. There's going to be a decent amount of value there. Probably looks better on FanDuel and DraftKings than it does on SuperDraft, but some of these guys still like a Raul Neto, Corey Kispert that we're going to be talking about later. They still have high multipliers if they do end up paying off. Let's see. So the Toronto Raptors, Fred VanVleet's obviously out tonight. We'll see if they just start Precious Achiuwa and move everybody up a spot like they did earlier this season. We'll see if they start, the same lineup and just start somebody in place of Fred VanVleet, whether it's Malachi Flynn or Delano Bowden. Those are options that could be available as well. Houston Rockets are without Eric. So Eric Gordon just got ruled out. John Wall obviously is still out. Usman Garuba, obviously, I'm surprised they didn't trade John Wall, and I'm really surprised they didn't trade Eric Gordon, but I guess he's dealing with like a plantar fasciitis right now too in his foot. So nobody probably wanted him. Plus he's got a massive contract. Then they also picked up Bruno Fernando and Dennis Schroeder in their trade with the Celtics. So those guys are both not going to play tonight, obviously. For the Clippers, we got Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Jay Preston all still out. Jay Scrubb had surgery on his foot, so he's done for the year. Rodney Hood and Semi Ojeleye that they just picked up today from the Bucks, they're not going to play, obviously. Let's see. For the Dallas Mavericks, they have Tim Hardaway still out. Sterling Brown's questionable to play tonight. He hasn't played in like 2 weeks at least. Don't expect too much from him coming off the bench anyways. And then they picked up Davis Bertans and Spencer Dinwiddie in that Kristaps Porzingis trade, which is a terrible trade in my book, but without going too far down that rabbit hole, those guys are not playing tonight. The Mavericks really just need to get like 3-point shooting, and you traded for combo guard slasher Spencer Dinwiddie, and you got rid of Porzingis. So I'm like, okay. Logic.
I heard that the Magic traded for some people too, and like they're gonna have to make some cuts to make it work.
The Magic. They picked up Bol and PJ Dozier, both out for the season anyways. So, or Bol's out pretty much for the season anyways. But the New York Knicks, obviously Derrick Rose is out, and then RJ Barrett's out as well. Mitchell Robinson's probable to play. Nerlens Noel is doubtful to play, so we should see Mitchell Robinson back tonight unless something changes before that game tips off. If he doesn't play for some reason, you're looking at Taj Gibson at center again. So, I mean, if you're playing on DraftKings, it's all right, but SuperDraft, heck no.
What about Fournier then?
Let's see. The Golden State Warriors without Draymond Green, Andre Iguodala, Otto Porter, and James Wiseman. So, and then we move down to the Bucks. The Bucks are obviously without George Hill and Brook Lopez once again. Grayson Allen is probable to play. However, he's been probable to play before, and he gets ruled out too. It's happened at least twice this year. So, you kind of got to take that one with a grain of salt, whether he plays or not. Obviously, if he doesn't play, Pat Connaughton's going to be in the starting lineup, and he looks pretty good on the other sites, whether it's DraftKings or FanDuel. SuperDraft, not quite as nice because his multiplier is still a little bit higher than we probably like it. For the Phoenix Suns, they are without Frank Kaminsky, Abdul Nader, Campaign, Dario Saric, Landry Shamet once again. They also picked up Torrey Craig and Aaron Holiday in trades today, and they both will not be playing tonight for this team. But the fact that they did that, the fact that they picked up those two guys makes me believe that Abdul Nader, Campaign, Landry Shamet, like some of those guys are just not going to be back for a long time if they're picking up two other guys to put on the end of the bench. But yeah, that's kind of it for the injuries for today. It's interesting day, especially because you had all the trades and everything too. I don't think it affects SuperDraft quite as much as it does some of the other sites though.
So what are you thinking about Fournier today then?
Yeah, he's fine. And he's been playing more minutes and he's been playing better too. So he had Ottinger in the lead, bumped him up to 6th. Okay. Yeah.
So he said, David said he's going with Luka, Morant, Irving, Giannis, Ingram, and I think he said Siakam at forward and then Randall. It's pretty close to one of my lineups.
Yeah, that's a pretty good lineup. Yeah, I can't really complain about that. You just have everybody that's 1.25 multiplier or lower. That's all.
Doesn't really matter.
It's relatively safe. Let's put it that way.
All right, let's go through some of these people in play. I mean, I guess you kind of went through it a little bit.
Yeah, so a guard, I mean, we got Luka. We know what Luka's been doing lately. We got Steph Curry. We know the upside that Steph Curry has. We have Ja Morant. You know, he hasn't been hitting that 50 quite as often lately, but he's still out there. Still a very good play tonight. Kyrie Irving, it's really hard not to play Kyrie at 1.2 again, but he's kind of a butthead sometimes too. Like, and you kind of worried because the last couple of games, well, I guess he didn't play the last game because they were at home.
Yep.
But some of those other games, they've been getting blown out. But if they get blown out by this Wizards team, we got a bigger problem. Like, but then again, the Lakers lost to the Trailblazers last night, so anything's possible. Then we got Drew Holiday. He's been playing well as of late. So kind of when I was first going through this, there wasn't that many guards in play, so I kind of threw him on there just because like you need somebody. I mean, like for a while we had Chris Paul, but he's at 1.15 and his points have been going down in recent games. Gary Trent at 1.4. I wish his multiplier was higher, but you know, there's still no Fred VanVleet tonight, so he's going to take a bunch of shots, so he could be in play. Klay Thompson, we've seen his minutes go up slightly. He's been over 30 points like 4 of the last 5 games, which is one of my favorite prize picks on tonight's slate. So yeah, 1.45 multiplier, he's definitely in play. Sadiq Bey at 1.5, no Cade Cunningham once again, so you don't have to say too much there. We've seen the upside that he's had. Last game, not so good, but 3 of the last 4 games have been pretty good. Dark throws at guard. You got a handful of them today. You got Evan Fournier at 1.75, no RJ Barrett. He's been playing better. You can't really say too much else there. Alec Burks, I do assume he starts at 1.8. We saw him two games ago kind of suck when we thought he was going to be really good, and then last time he was all right. So definitely some upside there for sure, but not anybody I'm like going out of my way, but I would still play him in a decent amount of lineups. If I'm playing, if I'm playing like 100 of them, he's still probably going to show up in like at least 6 or 7. Contavious Caldwell Pope, 1.85. It's just these Wizards guys today. Like they all got high multipliers. Mix and match some of them in your lineups and hope you hit the right one pretty much. Reggie Bullock's still a 2 multiplier.
Last time you had Kentavious Caldwell-Pope as in here, he went off. So
well, he's gone off twice this year where he just had like random like high rebound games, and it like doesn't make sense because he's not very good. He's not a very good rebounder anyways. Like he just happened to be in the right place at the right time for like the whole game. Like
nothing wrong with that.
But like he's been on a downward trend lately. Like he's only been playing like 25 minutes a game, but now they literally have like 8 dudes tonight that can play. So he's gonna have to play. Reggie Bullock still at 2 multiplier for whatever reason. Not quite as good last time out, but the game before that he had over 40, so can't really complain there. Garrison Matthews. So Eric Gordon's out once again tonight. They've been unwilling to start Garrison Matthews once again, but he's still been playing like 28 minutes and he shoots the ball. If his shot goes in, he's going to look pretty good. If his shot doesn't go in, he's going to look pretty terrible. That's kind of how he is, though. Raul Neto at 2x multiplier. He is going to start for the Wizards tonight. They trade away Spencer Dinwiddie. They trade away Aaron Holiday, so they have no other point guards. I believe Joel Ayaya is still on the roster, so he's going to probably play backup point guard, but he's, like a G League guy pretty much. So Raul Neto should play probably 30-plus minutes tonight, unless they get really, really blown out or something. But even then, they still don't have that many guys. See, on on DraftKings and FanDuel, it's really easy because you just can play a bunch of Wizards guys because they're just so cheap. Like on DraftKings, there's like 6 or 7 of the Wizards players there. The key players there are all $3,600 or less. So even if you get 20 points out of them, they all pay off. But like when you look at it from a SuperDraft perspective, like say Neto, like how Neto is a 2x multiplier, but if you get 20 points out of him, you're at 40 and you're disappointed. But on like DraftKings, he's $3,100. If you get 20 points out of him, you're happy because that's a good play. So that's just kind of the difference between the sites overall. But in terms of forwards, we got Giannis. Don't need to talk about Giannis. We already know what he can do. He got over 80 points last time. Jimmy Butler 1.15. We know the upside that Jimmy Butler has. This should be a relatively competitive game unless the Pelicans roll over and die, but I don't see that happening tonight. So I think that game should be back and forth. You can target different pieces from that game overall. Pascal Siakam 1.15. We've seen him kind of take over a little bit more ball handling when Fred VanVleet's been out this year, so he might get a couple more assists tonight. He's been playing really well. It's really hard not to play him at this point in time. Brandon Ingram 1.25. I know he didn't have quite as nice of a game last time, but that game was a massive, massive blowout as well. CJ McCollum joining the team could hurt him a little bit, but we'll just have to see how it all plays out. Christian Wood 1.25. As long as they stay in the game tonight, like
bro. So just let's.
What?
Oh, nothing. You're good. I was misreading something on SuperDraft. It's weird when they the free plays. It always gets me mixed. What? Did they put an NBA slate on for tonight? Fuck.
No, that's for tomorrow.
No, it's just.
Yeah, so Christian Wood, as long as that game doesn't turn into a blowout, he'll look pretty good. Sengun has been starting alongside him the past 2 or 3 games now. So that's kind of interesting. It's kind of affected his rebounding totals, but he still has the upside there. Julius Randle, 1.25. One less guy out on the court, and RJ Barrett probably helps him out a little bit. Jaren Jackson, 1.35, I think is just too good, honestly. He's been playing really well lately. Bobby Portis at 1.45. We've seen the upside that he's had in recent games. We saw some downside before that too, but it's against the Suns team. It could be a good matchup for him. We'll just have to see. Scotty Barnes at 1.45. He takes a little bit more uptick with Fred VanVleet out once again. Dart throws, like there's a whole list of guys here. Just because like you got some of these Warriors or some of these Wizards guys. So you got Rui Hachimura 1.8. I do assume that he does not start, but he played like 26, 27 minutes last time out. If you see some backup power forward minutes, if you see some backup center minutes tonight, he's a guy that can produce when given enough minutes. This team is not very good. He's probably one of their best players left at this point in time, even if he doesn't start. Then Denny Advia at 1.8. A guy that was a lottery pick a year ago. He has some potential because he can do a little bit of everything. Not a very good scorer by any means, but at 1.8, just another dart throw. Blake Griffin should be starting once again tonight. He's at 1.85. He plays enough minutes. If he plays well, he'll pay off at that price tag. James Johnson, Started last time out, had a pretty good, I think he started last time out. Don't quote me on that, though. He's at 2x multiplier, but he's been playing bigger minutes. This Nets team's just not been very good, and he's been kind of one of those guys that just kind of fills in when needed. Jonathan Kuminga, 2x multiplier, no Otto Porter Jr. tonight. He could be in the starting lineup. I'm not sure that he will be, but he's been averaging right around 23 points a game. If he gets a couple extra minutes tonight, he could definitely pay off at a 2x multiplier. Corey Kispert, another Washington Wizards player, should be in the starting lineup tonight, I would assume. Maybe he's not. We'll have to see, but a guy that's going to shoot the ball a ton, and if he shoots the ball and it goes in the basket, he's going to look pretty good. And even like when you're looking at this Wizards team, it's like they don't – Kispert looks a little bit better tonight just because they don't have that many guys that are like actual shooters. Like Raul Neto is like an old school point guard that doesn't shoot the ball. Denny Advaya is like not a very good point scorer. Thomas Bryant can score the ball if he wants to, like sometimes, but he hasn't been the same since he came back from his ACL surgery. Roy Hachimura is probably Hachimura and Kuzma are like their two best guys that can actually score the ball. So Kispert's probably going to get a decent amount of shots tonight. 2x multiplier, that's definitely something that could be interested in a couple different lineups. And then Delano Banton, just if he ends up starting tonight for the Raptors, which I don't expect, but if he did, he could be in play at a 2x multiplier. Then in terms of centers, we got Bam Adebayo 1.25. He's been playing pretty well as of late. I got DeAndre Ayton there. He's kind of been up or down since he came back. He was on a minutes limit for a while, but he did play like 30 minutes last time out, so not really concerned about that. Should be a competitive game against the Milwaukee Bucks. And, you know, there was times when these two played in the finals last year that DeAndre Ayton hit some big games too. So if you want to hang your hat on that just a little bit, especially on a night where centers don't look that good anyways, you could kind of go after him in that regard. But, you know, you like David was even doing that, you know, putting Julius Randle at center. You can do that. You can put Bam Adebayo at center or forward. You can put Jaren Jackson at center as well. So there's different options. You don't have to play a guy that is just a center. I did put Isaiah Stewart in there at 1.5. Been playing a little bit better as of late. If he doesn't get in foul trouble, could be in play. Not the greatest matchup in the world for him. They're probably going to get blown out in this game. Does he play the kind of blowout run? Probably not. So there's a little bit of risk to that. But there is some upside as well. It's just not a good day for centers overall, though. Zubac's at 1.6. They traded away Serge Ibaka earlier today, so it's just Zubac and Hartenstein. Whichever one of them gets bigger minutes is probably going to pay off. Telling you which one is going to get the minutes is a good question. Like it should be Zubac because he's starting, but if Hartenstein comes out in the second unit and plays really well, he's probably going to get more minutes, and he's a 1.9 multiplier, so he's kind of more of that dart throw. Jackson Hayes there 1.65 only if he ends up starting. Like that's the only way. He's been playing really well when he's been in the starting lineup, but if he doesn't start, then he's not worth playing. And then for dart throws, we have Sengun there at 1.75. Started last 2 or 3 games for the Houston Rockets. Not a guy that's probably going to blow you away, but if he has an upside game, he could be in play, especially with how poor center is tonight. And then we have Hartenstein, I already mentioned a little bit at 1.9, Thomas Bryant at 1.9. If they do a little bit more, especially like in the case of Thomas Bryant, he should play more minutes tonight because there's not that many center. They don't really have centers left behind him. It's just him and Hachimura playing some small ball center, maybe even Anthony Gill playing small ball center. But if Anthony Gill's on the court, you kind of want to throw up in your mouth. So it's sad, but it's true.
That's funny though. It says Klay Thompson's out.
Yeah, SuperDraft's not. That's from yesterday still. He rested yesterday, and they never updated on the SuperDraft app.
Nice.
He is playing. He is playing tonight.
Well, I wouldn't put him on here. I don't know if they'll add up the points for him. That's crazy.
Yeah, sometimes they don't update that stuff.
That's not good.
But you know, if we pick him up, you know, if we play him and his ownership's depressed because people see that he's out and they don't like think about it, you know. Granted, some of these bigger tournaments, most people are using optimizers and stuff, so he's already in their player pool. So, but for the casual fan, they might just see the word out and be like, okay, not touching that dude.
We can get into building some lineups.
Yep.
Let's build some lineups.
Build.
Here we go. So you think I should? David said you think I should play someone else besides Ingram?
I mean, there's so many. There's a lot of different options you can play at forward.
And you can swap Luka to forward if you want to. Otherwise,
Yeah, you can play Luka at forward. You can play Giannis. You can play Jimmy Butler. You can play Pascal Siakam. You can play all those guys that are 1.25. You can play a dart throw guy if you want to. Like, there's so many options, especially at forward today. Like, with some of the, with there being more viable dart throw options too.
See, here's my build. So I kind of went with definitely wanted to have some players from the Milwaukee game, and I had. Let's see, who do I want to put in here from Phoenix? Booker or Paul?
Well, Paul's been down lately.
I just feel like it's gonna be. I mean, what the over under? I think it's like 220 or 223 points or something like that.
I know Booker's been scoring the ball well lately, but not doing a lot of else. So like,
yeah.
What?
I mean, I really want to play stack that game just because it's gonna be a high scoring game. That's why I got Giannis and I got Portis in there.
Yeah, so I think he. Let's see. How did they do well last year? He was so. Depends if Drew Holiday guards Booker.
I think he's going to. I think he's going to.
See, Middleton
will probably be the one guarding them.
But the player I like the most on Phoenix Knights probably DeAndre Ayton.
I think
just because he had like those monster games versus them in the finals.
He's what, a forward?
No, he's center. 1.25.
This is my.
And I just like him. I like him tonight because all the other centers kind of suck. I guess like, but you can play Julius Randle, you can play Bam, and you can play Jaren Jackson there too. But like, so he's been here when you look at his thing, he was playing only 24 minutes because he came back. I don't remember if it was COVID or an injury. And then last time out, he played 30 minutes. He just didn't play quite as good, but he did very well. Like they did a lot of pick and rolls that worked really well against the Bucks last year in the playoffs with him.
So it'd be really helpful if the stat thing would work and I could look at stuff.
Yeah. So like that, but like I said, the biggest thing with him is he played like 30 minutes last time, which is kind of going in the right direction. So I think I'll have a decent amount of him. I think I'm DraftKings. He looked pretty good because he's like 6,600. I wish he was higher multiplier than 1.25, but.
Yeah, 1.25 doesn't make me want to go play him.
Yeah, but I mean, like, there's just not that much there at center today. Either way.
I mean, you could even play Adams.
Yeah, but who they play again? They play Pistons.
1.7 multiplier. What?
Yeah, 1.65, don't he?
1.7.
They moved it down. I don't know. I'm playing a lot of
bad game.
Yeah, so in terms of centers, I'm playing a lot of Jaren Jackson. I'm playing a lot of Bam Adebayo and a lot of DeAndre Ayton. And maybe taking a shot on like Thomas Bryant or Hartenstein every once in a while, but that's about it.
Let's do this then. Who can we play? Will we play Fournier? Or would you play Clay?
Clay or Fournier? Clay's more consistent.
I'm looking
Fournier's
for that.
Got more upside. Hold on. So this says, never mind. Okay, so the Pistons starting lineup: Corey Joseph, Hamidou Diallo, Sadiq Bey, Jeremy Grant, and Isaiah Stewart. So pretty much what we expected.
The only thing that's crazy is I think you don't think that it's going to be a blowout.
For what?
The Memphis game.
Probably is.
Then you're going to lose your players like Morant,
Yeah.
Jackson. I mean, if it's a blowout, that means Morant's like scored a massive amount of
But if
points.
it's a blowout, it means those guys killed it. First of all,
Yeah.
like unless it's like just the Desmond Bain game where he doesn't miss a shot, which there's been a couple of those this year, but he's been playing really bad lately.
All right, let's see. Let's save that one. Let's move on to some other ones.
And like for as good as like the Grizzlies' record is, they're really not that good of a team. They've had by far the easiest schedule like in the entire NBA too. And somehow they're still playing the Pistons tonight. Like you just look at their schedule, it's like every game's like easy. So the Memphis Grizzlies starting lineup: John Morant, Desmond Bain, Zaire Williams, Jaren Jackson, and Steven Adams. So the same as it's been for a while.
I'm gonna throw David's lineup in here.
Okay.
What do you say? Luka,
Grizzlies.
Irving, Morant, Giannis. Who else did he have? I think I want to play Jimmy Buckets instead of what did he have? Siakam.
Why?
What?
Siakam's great.
Say multiplier.
Yeah, but his upside.
All right, we'll play that lineup for him.
Wait.
What?
Are the Magic even playing tonight?
Oh, that's not right.
Hold on. So I got an update that said Mo Wagner is out on Thursday, which is today. But the Magic aren't even playing today, so pretty sure that's a typo.
It's right here. Why do they mix it up like that? Just make it easy. Just leave them how they are. Don't mix it up after I save. There's some notes I need to take on this shit so that we can get it fixed.
Yep.
Ingram.
Dang it.
All right, there we go. All right, let's make a crazy lineup.
Okay. How crazy is crazy tonight? Crazy tonight and not crazy tonight, though. Hold on. I put one crazy lineup in the nickel contest myself already.
Get crazy to this.
So let's see. If you
Look
want
at this
crazy.
Yeah, that's why I'm gonna go at forward.
How Neto?
Put Adams at center.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. All right, at guard.
I'd rather just play like Sengun or Hardenstein at center. Just hope. Where you at now?
At guard.
So you got guy. You want to play the Caldwell Pope?
Oh yeah, Pope and who?
Caldwell Pope. You could do a Hollow Neto, but if you do Neto and Pope might kind of cancel out each other a little bit tonight. Do Caldwell Pope, do Reggie Bullock. You could do them and Fournier if you want.
Oh, it doesn't.
You're on forward. There we go.
You can't just type in Pope apparently. Stupid. All right, what was it again?
Caldwell Pope, Reggie Bullock. Might as well just put like a little star next to him, as much as we play him.
There's nothing there for it. Not on here.
What?
There's no star here. I think there is on
let's see, Fournier. Then forwards, you want to play Blake Griffin?
Oh, yeah, I want to play Blake Griffin. He's a robot.
He's something. So we got Blake Griffin. We have who else? You want to play Scotty? Scotty Barnes. And then we'll get another high multiplier guy. So do we want Rui Hachimura? Do we want Kaminga? Who's Golden State playing again tonight? Is something good or bad? The Knicks. Yeah, that's not even that's. So I asked the question if they're playing somebody good or bad. Well, it's the Knicks, so they could be either one.
Yeah.
Just depends on the night. You want to play Corey Kispert? I guess then we only have 2 Wizards players. That's not that bad. 2x multiplier.
All
So
right.
we got Contavious, Caldwell Pope, Reggie Bullock, Evan Fournier, Blake Griffin, Scotty Barnes, Corey Kispert, and Steven Adams. If that doesn't sound delicious, I don't know what does. Because
yeah, that one's crazy.
I'll have to pull mine up real quick because I put one in a nickel contest too. That was pretty yucky looking. So the one I put in the nickel contest. Oh shit, I got Delano banned still. So I put Howell Neto, Reggie Bullock, Alec Burks, Corey Kispert, Jonathan Kuminga. I put Banton in and Thomas Bryant, but I'm probably gonna. Let me just change Banton real quick. I really don't want him. Why did I do that in the first place? Blake Griffin. Good enough. If I could spell Blake.
Blake?
Yeah. I can't even spell Blake Griffin right. I'm playing Hartenstein in this one too. Screw Thomas Bryant.
Jimmy been so he started from the top and now he's down at the bottom.
What, Jimmy?
Yeah.
They've had a lot of blowouts lately though too. They've had as many games this year that they've won by 20 points so far this season. They've had more games this year they won by 20 points so far this season than they did all of last year. And there's still like 30 games left.
Pelicans. I'll play Bam. Randall.
Bam, bam. Bam, bam. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, I like this lineup. Here we go. Luka, Irving, Booker, Giannis, Bam, Portis, Ayton. Stacking that one game.
Yeah. Is there any other good games to stack? Let's see.
What was the other one that I was listening about?
Toronto, Houston is 223 and a half. The first game, the Detroit, well, I don't think you want to stack that one. Detroit or Houston and Toronto is 223 and a half, but that game could be a blowout too.
Let's see. Is this one edited yet? All right, let's do something on this one.
Okay, so what are you trying to do now?
I don't know, whatever we want. I like Luka. I feel like his upside's so big.
Yeah, so let's see. Who haven't we played yet, pretty much? Did you use much Kyrie yet?
No, I think I played him once.
So let's do Kyrie, Gary Trent. You can play Luka there if you want to, too.
All right, let's get the forwards. Obviously, throwing Giannis in there. Been too good. High scoring game.
Yep. Hold on. Let's see. So who else do we have at forwards? Did you end up playing any Jimmy or not?
I think I played him once.
Yeah. Do you want to play Christian Wood at all?
Let's see. Yeah, we can.
Because that game is a high scoring game, but they might get blown up.
I hate that.
So it's a little risky, but
All right, well, let's just get risky then. Throw Jimmy in there too.
let's see who else. Unless you want to play Siakam and Wood together because that's in the same game. Did you end up playing Naden at center and any of them yet?
Yeah, I did in the last one because I stacked that game.
Because I was gonna say you could kind of do it in a mini stack here too.
And it's a 9 o'clock game, so that's even better.
Yeah. Let's see who else you could play.
Throw Bam at center.
Could go a random Zubac at 1.6. Just hope he plays the minutes. Because that's the thing. So the thing is, if Zubac plays 28 minutes, he gets 30 points and then he pays off. But you can't even look at like his stuff because Ibaka's been playing so much lately and they got rid of him earlier today. If you could click on the stats button without your screen blacking out, you could go back in time and see like the games that Ibaka actually or Zubac actually played big minutes, and he actually played pretty well. But
all right, read this one out.
Because the rest of this lineup is pretty safe, anyways. Tuska, Kyrie Irving, Gary Trent, Luka, Giannis, Christian Wood, Pascal Siakam, and Zubac. So Zubac's kind of like the wild card. I guess Zubac, Trent, and Wood are kind of wild cards, but
All-Star draft on TNT.
Yep. This is going to be funny because see if Kevin Durant will draft James Harden on his All-Star team now.
All right.
I mean, he wanted Harden to stay.
I know he did.
So the Pelicans are starting Devontae Graham, CJ McConnell, Herb Jones, Brandon Ingram, and Jonas Valanciunas. So Jackson Hayes is not starting. Please do not play Jackson Hayes tonight. Anyone.
Let's see what else they got anything left in here.
So yeah, it's gonna be really interesting to see how this plays out for the Pelicans, because you got McCollum and you have McCollum, Ingram, and Valanciunas fighting for shots now. At least we know Herb Jones is never going to shoot.
All right, we got a minute to get in a stacked lineup.
Oh boy, how big a contest?
$5.
Oh, Kyrie, Luka, and who else? This group like Reggie Bullock.
Okay, and forward.
Then let's do Giannis, Siakam, and Jaren Jackson. And then just put Bam at center. And then just, put Bam at center then.
All right, read that out quick.
Yeah, so Luka, Kyrie, Reggie Bullock, Giannis, Siakam, Jackson, and Adebayo. Click that button.
Let's get that money. There's probably going to be what's going to happen is it's going to be a lot of the high multiplier guys that go off tonight.
There's going to be some. But there's going to be some that go out. Like, when there's this many decent high multiplier guys, somebody has to go off. But you get to the, one of the Wizards guys is probably going to go off. But is it Rui Hachimura? Is it Thomas Bryant? Is it Denny Advia? Is it Corey Kispert? Is it Davis Cabo-Pope? Raul Neto? Watch, it'll be like freaking Anthony Gill.
You see what they put in here?
What? What is it?
Sunday's comp.
For
the SuperDraft Pro shit.
Mm-hmm. They got that in already?
Yeah, today they did it.
Yeah. So let's see. The Heat are starting Kyle Lowry, Duncan Robinson, Jimmy Butler, PJ Tucker, Bam Adebayo. Tyler Hero is still listed as questionable, supposedly.
Oh, by the way, you get 3 entries in this.
You get 3?
Yeah.
And it's the SuperDraft Pro?
Yep.
Weird. I think there's a way to. So I can get first, second, and third?
Yeah, you can.
Well, I guess do you have to? I wonder if it makes you enter 3 different lineups or if you can just enter 3 of the same.
I mean, if you do, that would be dumb. I would just, yeah. If you have to, that would be dumb. Let's see.
Yeah. So Tyler Hero is still questionable for some reason. Sterling Brown will play tonight for the Mavericks, which matters very little in the grand schemes of it. Like, the only thing it does is make Josh Green a worse play. And you could say they should probably just play Josh Green instead of Sterling Brown off the bench anyways, because Josh Green is a young player and they want to see what they got in him.
Yeah, payout for this is so much better, dude.
Yeah. That's why they've been squeezing money on all the other ones, pinching pennies.
Yeah. It's cool. They do all these matches when they do these 100% match. Like, yeah, I want you to go win first, second, and third.
Okay.
Because then I can get matched with whatever you win.
Let's see.
And I'll take fourth.
So there's one other 7:30 games we don't have the lineup for. That's Brooklyn and Washington. Antonio said KD picked Rudy Gobert over Harden. He was the last.
He just wants that COVID.
And he probably needed a big guy. There's not that many big guys in the All-Star game, so you gotta pick some of them. I wonder, did they already say who the alternative for Draymond was? Alternate.
Let's see here.
Who's the alternate though?
Hey Antonio, are you trying to get in the listener league for basketball? There's 4 of us in right now. We need to get 6 more people, brother. So you should hop in with us and play. It's on SuperDraft.
It's on Sleeper.
Did I say SuperDraft?
Yeah. Okay.
SuperDraft
real quick.
Points is what we're gonna do.
Since we were talking about the All-Star thing, if this ever loads. So the full roster for Kevin Durant's team is Joel. Like, the first part's the starters, I think. Yeah. I don't know. Never mind. So his roster is So Durant had Joel Embiid, Ja Morant, Jason Tatum, Andrew Wiggins, Trae Young, and then LaMelo Ball, Devin Booker, Rudy Gobert, Zach LaVine, Chris Middleton, DeJounte Murray, and Karl Anthony Towns. So DeJounte Murray got in as an alternate. Who was he the alternate for, though? Good question. Not sure who. And then where's LeBron's? Where's LeBron's team?
It's just LeBron. He has his team Space Jam, remember?
So LeBron's team is Giannis, Steph Curry, DeMar DeRozan, LeBron James, and Nikola Jokic. Their starting 5 is stacked. And then they got Jimmy Butler, Luka Doncic, Darius Garland, James Harden, Donovan Mitchell, Chris Paul, and Fred VanVleet. So is Donovan Mitchell the alternate for Draymond Green, I guess? Because Draymond got selected, but he can't play, obviously. And then DeJounte Murray. Hold on. Let me count.
Why would somebody select him?
Because they need a big guy? Or he got voted in or something. He didn't get voted. No, I think they voted for reserves this year. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Ooh.
No, that's the same, right? No. I don't know. Who the heck is DeJounte Murray an alternate for? That's all I want to know. So Caleb Martin's out tonight. We already knew that. Yeah, there's not too much else going on right now. So let's see what's still out there. So the Brooklyn Nets, Washington Wizards, we're waiting for those lineups to come out. That's the 7:30 game. The Toronto Raptor Houston game, we have all the injury news already. So the big question is just whether or not Toronto starts Precious Achiuwa and moves everybody up, or they start somebody else at point guard like Malachi Flynn or Delano Banton. I'm gonna go with the Precious Achiuwa option. Houston, don't really need to say too much there. It's pretty much the same lineup as last time out. Clippers, who knows what they're doing? Like, they could start anybody. Like, just wait for that one to come out pretty much. Dallas Mavericks, they're still projected. I think this is how it went last time too. Did Maxi Kleber not start last game?
No, he started. He did terrible because I started him in one of my shits, and I was like,
He came back, but I don't think he started.
You're right. He might not have started. He played.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to see if he starts tonight or not.
He played me. That's what he did.
What?
I said he played. He played me. Again.
He played you. Well, he only played like 18 minutes.
He played me the night before when he didn't play. Bastard.
Oh, yeah.
Fucked me.
Oh, Antonio says, I know Tatum replaced KD. I thought Tatum was already in, though. That might have just been the way it was originally, though.
We're just thinking like $25. It's gonna be small money. It's gonna be more for fun. We're gonna try for half the year. It's just gonna be more for bragging rights. We'll probably do like everyone throws in $5 extra, and we'll get like something cool, like a ring or something that you can take home or some shit like that. I don't know. Some bragging rights basically. So it'll be like $25, just a small entry fee.
And then the only other thing that's left out there too is whether or not Grayson Allen ends up playing tonight.
So I was thinking about him too in a couple lineups because.
Who, Grayson Allen?
Yeah.
No. Please no.
Please,
hold on. So Brooklyn is starting Kyrie Irving, Patty Mills, Cam Thomas is starting tonight, Kessler Edwards, and Blake Griffin. So what's the multiplier on Cam Thomas? That's a good question.
Patty Mills would have to have a 4 times multiplier for me to even consider starting him.
Who? Patty Mills?
Yeah.
Well, they got blown the crap out last game.
Yeah,
So
well, I mean, Cam Johnson did good.
What?
Cam did good.
Yeah, he's at a 1.85 multiplier, so he's in play tonight. Now he's starting. Duke can score.
Well, I mean, the other night Cam did good. Like he was a good player. Yeah. Mills did shit.
You said I think you asked about Patty Mills. I'm like, I'd rather just play Cam Thomas for when they get blown out.
Well, I had them both, and I figured it would be an awesome play. Their bench went off and did good.
Yeah, because the bench played all the minutes because the starters got blown out.
Patty Mills actually played a lot. I mean, when we were complaining about him, it was like he had 16 minutes. In the first, it was.
Let's see. I'll tell you how much
he had played a lot of minutes in the first half.
He went 2 for 8 shooting. He went 2 for 8 shooting in 22 minutes.
Yeah, he's a joke.
But because he probably lost somewhere between 12 and 14 minutes to blow out in that game. Yeah, but that's pretty much it for right now.
That's definitely it for right now.
For some reason, we don't have the Wizards lineup, even though they're like always one of the first teams to like send their lineup.
SuperDraft Pro for tomorrow night is a full slate.
Yeah,
7-game slate. So yeah, let's get the heck out of here.
Cool.
Antonio, I think I have you on. I don't know if I have you on Sleeper or not. Go add me on Sleeper. If we're both in a league in Sleeper, hit me up. Send me a DM because I can't remember if I have you on there. Otherwise, shoot me a text on Twitter. It's just all JC Money Design. It's everywhere. Sleeper too. So shoot me a message because then we'll get you in. Then we'll be down to 5.
Let's see. Booker champion, Giannis, Middleton, Bridges, Holiday, Milwaukee at Phoenix. I have no idea what the multiplier is for DeAndre Ayton in that game, but I would like to play him.
All right, let's get the hell out
I'd
of here.
probably play Ayton over Middleton if that was me, but
I'm hungry, dude. And Portis wasn't a bad play the other night. If I would have had Giannis in there too as my champion or as my
I had Giannis as co-champion. Otherwise, if I had him as champion, I would have won a lot of money. Because
yeah,
I had Anthony Davis and him. So Portis, I think, was the second best between champ and co-champ.
yeah.
Giannis was the best, and Anthony
Actually, I
Davis.
think Monk might have been because Monk, but in the super flex spot, he was like 70. He scored 71 points.
Yeah, so I think Monk was the ideal captain, then Giannis, and then Portis, and then Anthony Davis. I had everything pretty much right. Just
me too. It's just like if you would have had Giannis or Monk.
Davis
I thought about it too. I was like, man,
Davis
I should play players, whatever.
Davis said the
you live in
so DeAndre Ayton. I don't know what his multiplier is for that contest,
Aiden.
but
Yeah, Aiden. He's a center.
yeah, for Phoenix, I'd rather play him over Middleton. I assume his multiplier is also higher than Middleton's.
Oh yeah, way higher.
Let me look real quick.
Middleton, I think, is 1.45 or 1.
So Middleton's 1.35 in this contest, and DeAndre Ayton's is, where is he? Am I blind? 1.4. So it's a little bit higher, but I'd still rather play Ayton anyways.
All right, let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. Tell them where to find you, my brother.
Yep. So you can find me on Twitter at Coach Craig Sport. You can find me on YouTube at Coach Craig Sports. You can find me on patreon.com/Coach Craig Sports. You can find me on the Sports Me app at Coach Craig Sports as well. You can, I guess, if you wanted to check out my trade deadline articles that don't really matter anymore since the trade deadline was 3:00 today, you can go back and read some of those, see which guys I got right that ended up getting traded, which guys I got wrong. I just listed one player or players for each team for the East and the Western Conference. So that's on the WeBet, or it's on WeBet ATS, I think.com. But if you go on Twitter, find WeBet_ATS, you'll find it from there too.
Hell yeah. And you're going to have to start sending me some of your stuff so we can throw your links and stuff in the down below.
I don't think I sent you the other one, but that article came out like 2 days later, and I thought I was going to. So.
You should write one, about your thoughts on like or the trades and stuff like that, because that would be pretty dope.
See, there's a decent amount of trades, so I'm probably going to end up making a video probably tomorrow, just kind of going through some of them, because there's a lot of interesting ones that happened this year. But I think like a lot of people they're like, oh, the Kings gave it, like they should, like that was a bad trade. They gave away Haliburton for Sabonis. I'm like, I don't think that's a bad trade. Like Haliburton's a second-year player. He's a good player. He's cost controlled, but like you get a freaking all-star in Sabonis, who's only 25. He's under control for 2 more years at $18.5 million. You have him and Fox. Now, if you just add some other pieces, you could compete next year. Mm-hmm. Not like compete for a title, but like at least be like the 5 seed in the West.
Oh yeah, I like that, and I'm excited to see what happens with Embiid and with
Harden.
Yeah, it's just gonna be crazy. It's gonna be.
I think they did good with that too, because all they really traded away was Ben Simmons, 2 first-round picks, Seth Curry, and Drummond. Like the Nets wanted Maxey and Thibault, and they're just like, nope, we ain't giving them up. But both teams are kind of between a rock and a hard place there. So,
I mean, I feel like it's a good trade. Everyone's like, they gave up the boat for him. I'm like, I don't know.
So not really. When you look at what the Nets gave up for him last year, they gave up Jared Allen, Karis LeVert, Taurean Prince, and 4 first-round picks.
Yeah, they did.
And what did they get this year? They got Ben Simmons, a couple of role players, and 2 first-round picks. So like it was a decreased asset, that's for sure. But I mean, you get 1 less year of Harden, and the biggest thing is just if he signs with Philadelphia after the season. Because if he doesn't, then you gave up a lot for him, especially if you don't end up like winning the title.
Mm-hmm. All right, you can find me at Twitter and Instagram, JC Money Design. You can find me on YouTube right here. We're here almost every day. If we're not here, we let you know. Make sure you guys get signed up, sdcoachjc.com. SuperDraft Pro. Everyone needs to get in at least and try to. If you don't want to pay for subscription, at least get in the free and fun and at least try this, because it's a lot of fun, and you don't want to miss out. You do not want to miss out on this SuperDraft Super Bowl contest. And apparently, if you're in here on the Elite one, it looks like. I mean, I think it's just for the Elite contests. If I'm assuming right, for the SuperDraft one, for the Super Bowl?
I
Let's
don't
see.
know.
It just says elite. I don't see anything else for that. So I don't know what they're going to be doing for that. All I see is elite right next to it.
So let's see. Wizards starting lineup came in too. So Howell, Neto, Corey Kispert, Kentavious Caldwell Pope, Kyle Kuzma, Thomas Bryant. So that's not a surprise by any means. Biggest question was whether or not Kispert or Deniadova was going to start, essentially.
So make sure you guys get signed up, and you want to get on the elite subscription because clearly that's where you need to be if you want to win some big cash. I mean, That's awesome. This contest is going to be pretty cool, and they're going to be giving back at least. Like what other DFS places are doing 100% matches for somebody that got you signed up?
0.
Exactly. So get in here, play, have some fun, and then obviously we're trying to do our best to give you some lineups, give you some players that we really like, so you can get out there and make your adjustments to your lineups and win some money. David's been winning more money than I have because he's taking both of our advices, and then just mingling them together, and then he's making these super,
Yeah, I mean, how we were joking around about the Kansas player lineup too.
Mm-hmm.
I made one today. But there's no center on tonight's slate from Kansas, and I was missing one for it. Josh Jackson would have been one, but he got traded today, so he's not playing.
Oh yeah.
So let's see, what was that one? Because I got Devonta, because you could do it with Devonta Graham, Sheed Mikhailuk, Quentin Grimes, which is kind of cheating, but he played at Kansas for 1 year before he transferred to Houston. Then Andrew Wiggins, Marcus Morris, and then I just played Giannis and Bam at the end too because there was nobody else left at that point. But you can make a real team.
That's awesome. And David, we appreciate you for being here every day, man. That's awesome. Appreciate you so much. Let's get out of here.
Yep.
Oh, we'll be back tomorrow night. Same bat time, same bat channel. All right. Peace out.
All of my dreams. Life ain't sweet if you know what I mean. Try to go legit and follow my dreams. Life ain't sweet if you know what I mean. Try to go legit and follow my dreams. Life ain't sweet if you know what I mean. Try to go legit and follow my dreams.